Welcome back to Making Sense the Saga. Episode 2, and today is it's a Thursday.
It's Thursday.
Yeah, it's a pretty busy day. How was your day, Bradley?
It's been going pretty good.
That's pretty good. And you know what? Something new about Bradley happened today, and as much as he told me he didn't, I found out the truth. He got a haircut.
I did.
He looks pretty good.
Amazing.
He looks pretty good. So, just literally not even 20 minutes ago, me and Bradley were playing some zombies, some Black Ops 2 zombies. And like we said last episode, we would probably have an episode talking about
zombie apocalypse.
Like a zombie apocalypse. And because we are such geeks about this, we're going to go ahead and dedicate episode 2.
To zombie apocalypse.
Yep. Even though you probably don't know us very well, but you're gonna find the truth about us. We're not that cool. We're just geeks.
Yeah.
All right. So, apocalypse, zombie apocalypse specifically.
What kind of zombies are we looking at though? Because there's different types of zombies. You got World War Z, The Last of Us, Walking Dead, Black Ops 2. There's a lot.
Okay, now before we decide what kind of zombies we're going to talk about. Now, what are the attributes and what difference do all these zombies have? So, like World War Z, they are, oh my god, that they're fast.
The infection time is fast. They sprint everywhere they go.
Yep.
Takes 12 seconds, I think. It's 12 seconds, right?
Something like that.
Takes 12 seconds to get bit, get up, and sprint towards another opponent.
Opponent?
No, shut up.
Okay. Now, I've never played Last of Us. Tell me about those zombies.
Okay, alright. You want me to, explain the whole virus? Or, just the zombies?
You know what? Go right ahead.
Alright, so, Last of Us, the virus is called the cordyceps virus, and it's a real thing. In ants, there is a cordyceps virus where it takes over the brain and the body and all the motor functions, and it sends the ant way up into a tree or something, and then spores come out of the back of that ant's head, and then that's how it spreads the virus. Well, in the game, this virus transferred from ants to humans.
Okay.
And there are 6 stages. You got the runner, where just infected, and they everything just came over. Then you got the stalker. They're scary as balls. They're scary.
Scary as balls.
Scary as balls. Balls are pretty scary, you know. Then you got the clicker.
Well, balls are scarier when you have a bush on them.
I was thinking bouncy balls.
I thought you were talking about testicle balls, you know?
Nope. All right, so you got the that runner, stalker. You got the clicker. They're completely blind and they use echolocation. You got the shambler. They spit acid, and then you got the bloater, who are just giant, scary boys.
And you know what, bloaters? I've played lots of zombie games before. There's a lot of bloaters. You know, it's just a type of zombie, I guess.
It's the big guy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The big zombie.
It's like Tank and Left 4 Dead.
Since you said there's 10 different kinds of zombies.
There's 6.
Or 6?
6 different stages.
Now, what stage are we talking about then?
How far into the apocalypse are we?
So, so they morph into these.
Yeah, so stage
stages.
1 is every couple of days.
Okay,
runner,
right.
And then it's a year, clicker, and then...
Okay, then we'll get into that more later on. But anyways, so we got our World War Z zombies, okay? Last of Us zombies.
Yes.
They tend to evolve.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, Walking Dead zombies. You and I have watched The Walking Dead for sure. It's a show to love. You get that sense of dark and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. It's a very dark show.
You almost want to feel that, you know, it's exactly. But it's also a good show, thriller for sure.
Definitely.
And it makes you think well shit, this could be a reality, and it scares the crap out of you. But here's the thing about the Walking Dead zombies. Okay? They're slow.
They're super
slow. They go in hordes, right? They travel in packs and hordes. And they're sensitive to hearing. They could hear you and smell you. Yes. And But like as we see in the show, you could camouflage, you know, and that it's not fun how you do it, but you can.
You can do it.
But also, in The Walking Dead, these zombies also tend to rot. That's exactly what I was gonna say. They tend to rot. You know, like you'll find a dead zombie body with no flaws to it. You know, like it's just rotted. Yeah. Like no bullet wounds, no like head cut off or anything, you know. Alright, and now let's say Call of Duty zombies. Right? There's walkers, but there's also runners. Yeah. Okay, now those runners will like run right after you, even if you're sprinting. Just like round 4, you know, last zombie round 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they seem pretty easy to kill. But as you get in the later rounds, you know, they tend to get stronger and faster. Yeah. So, and now in this case, if we're just saying an apocalypse, the more into almost like Last of Us, they'll start to evolve, get stronger, and you know they'll get faster and all that stuff. So now we got all the attributes down. What zombies are we gonna like talk about? Our scenarios and each different kind of zombies, or
I'm gonna let you take the wheel on this one.
Or should we just choose one to talk about?
Whatever you want.
Okay, you know what? We'll go through every one of them. We'll start with one and see how long that takes us.
Okay.
And then we'll go from there. So, World War Z zombies. Okay. Now let's say it's like tonight. Like if it were to happen tomorrow morning. Okay. What would you do?
Honestly, your house might be... Nah. Because with the World War Z zombies, you don't want to shelter in place. You want to keep moving because they lie dormant and conserve energy. So if you like shelter in place, they'll eventually find you, and it's scary. But
you know what else? What other zombies we should include?
What's that?
What's that movie called with Will Smith?
I Am Legend.
I Am Legend.
The vampire type zombies.
Yeah, the ones that'll like freaking break your house open.
Yeah.
Those I would not. But
I'd be dead so fast.
You know what? Another thing I just thought of.
What's that?
In reality, do you like? In reality, zombies would only last 3 days.
3 days.
Why? Because functioning muscles, like it.
Especially the Walking Dead zombies, because they do rot and
bodies rot.
Yeah, they.
But also, like muscles can't physically like move because what muscles are is it's what moves your body, but the blood needs to like fulfill the muscles in order to function, right? Like let's say you're opening a door, right? To like lift your arm up, that takes blood. Now if you're walking up the stairs and you're breathing heavy, it's because your heart needs that oxygen to pump the blood from movement.
Definitely.
And so when the zombies don't have
enough blood or oxygen.
Exactly. Because they're technically dead.
Yes.
Right? So their heart isn't running, their organs aren't running.
Here's the thing. So, if you go back to The Walking Dead, especially The Walking Dead zombies, the virus or whatever it is, because they don't actually explain what it is in The Walking Dead, it jump starts one very specific part of the brain. Because you still have all your motor functions, technically. Because it jump starts that one part of the brain.
You know what? Like, we're clashing like sci-fi fantasy into reality, and it's it doesn't make sense. And so you know what? We'll just get back to where we were going in the direction of I Am Legend, or no, not I Am Legend.
World War Z.
World War Z zombies. Tomorrow morning, what is your first thing? Like you wake up in your bed and you just see the news and it just says zombie outbreak. Where do you go? What do you do?
Probably somewhere that, like, military, where there's, like, a whole bunch of military men or whatever. And underground, most likely.
Underground? Like, where underground? Would you get, like, a bunker?
A bunker? Just even a basement, maybe, that you can, like, fence off? I don't know.
But, like, let's say you're trying to get out of the basement. Like, where, like, how do you get out without, like, because, like, you don't know if, you know what? What if it was in the basement of a house? You boarded up the house, but you also had like a safe door for the basement, to where it almost guarantees your safety, almost.
Okay.
Meaning, like, there's not gonna be any zombies in the house, so if you open up the basement door, you're not
fine.
gonna get freaking eaten, you know. But honestly, what I would do is get my necessities.
Yes.
Get water and food, most importantly, in a bag. Grab a gun.
For sure.
And you know what? Like, I know where a gun is, luckily. And what I would do is, I would go to a gated community.
Okay.
Like in The Walking Dead, Alexandria.
Wait, you saw how that went in the actual World War Z movie, correct?
I know, but if there's no, that's the thing. Everyone's going to be wreaking havoc. There's going to be a lot of people everywhere. What you would do is, you go into, like, the mountains or find some island or something, right, where there's nobody.
For sure.
And what you do is you wait and let all the chaos just go through. And when you feel like, well, most people are dead.
And you need food.
Well, yes. Well, that's why it's good to be in the mountains or off an island. You could go fish or hunt.
Definitely.
Get your food. Now, what you would do after that, when you think chaos has died down a little bit, that's when you go find a gated community that's not by, like a city or anything like that.
Because rural.
Yeah. Because the cities are going to be highly populated with zombies, clearly.
Yes.
But that's what I personally would do. Now, to fend off these zombies, I honestly, like with my gun, I would do the best I possibly can. Now, in World War Z, they'd also go in hordes,
Yeah.
And the worst part is they're smart.
They're smart-ish.
Yeah, because look, they literally, remember when it was like in Israel or something like that?
Mm-hmm. They gated up Israel.
Exactly. And now they climbed on top of each other to get over the wall.
Get ants. Ants also do that. Almost, ants are like zombies. I don't know. Confirm. Ants are going to be the end of the world. That's how we die. Ants.
That would be a horrible death.
Horrible death.
Okay.
It's like that scene in Indiana Jones where he pushes the Russian guy in. Ever seen that movie?
Yeah, I've seen Indiana Jones, but I didn't get the reference very well.
In Raiders of the Lost Ark, they're like fighting, and there's like a whole bunch of army ants, and then him and Russian guy are going at it.
I think you should.
Then he kicks Russian guy into the ants, and then the ants eat him and carry him into the molehill.
Wow. Oh yeah,
there we go.
Okay, now
back on track.
Yes. Now I need you to explain to me, because for Last of Us Zombies, there are 6 stages. Now you need to tell me how long each stage is.
Okay, so the runners, that happens like right after they get infected, so like 2 to 3 days. Then they turn into a stalker after I think like half a year or like more. Clickers, they're completely blind. That happens after a year.
So they become blind?
Okay, so here's what happens. So like the spores and all that, they go for the head and the eyes first.
Mm-hmm.
So like they'll start to grow fungus out of their eyes.
Oh shit.
And then so in stalkers, they still have half of their vision, but they're learning echolocation at the same time, and they can hide, and they're smart, and they're terrifying. And then they turn into clickers, who are completely blind. They use echolocation, and then I think it's like after 5 years, you become a bloater.
Well, now, do you think we would last 5 years in the zombie apocalypse?
That one probably.
When it comes to Last of Us zombies, you think we would last 5 years?
I think you have a better chance lasting 5 years in Last of Us than in World War Z.
I would agree with that 100%. I've seen that movie like twice now, and I'm like, thank you, next.
World War Z zombies are like a highest difficulty setting.
Good job.
Thank you. Jesus.
You're really doing good there. So, which stage is probably the most dangerous?
The most dangerous? Stalker. Or bloater.
Okay, and is Stalker... What stage is Stalker again?
Stage 2.
Okay, so now if you survive the Stalkers, you'd be good for a little bit.
Definitely.
Until the bloaters come. Now, out of Stalkers and bloaters, which one is probably most dangerous?
Probably Stalkers, because they're smart and they like hide behind corners and then they'll tackle you.
Okay, alright, so stage 2 is where it'd get risky. So now, in this case scenario, what's stage 1 now again? Like
runners. You
runners.
just got infected and you're
just like running after people and everything.
Yeah, you're just trying to do whatever you can.
Okay,
you're not smart and you're wailing like a infected person. Shut up! I couldn't think of anything.
Okay, so now what would your game plan be for each stage of the zombies?
Stage 1.
Mm-hmm.
Big fences.
Okay, so where would you go where there's big fences?
Honestly, your house might be the play. Those are okay fences out there. If you can just like fence off that one place where the gate is, we're set. And you have a garden,
yeah.
Oh.
Okay, now what about stage 2 when they're hiding and stuff? Would it still be a good game plan? It'd
still be your house because they hide in dark places.
Okay, and stage 3, that is clickers.
They're completely blind and they use echolocation, so still this house.
Okay, and stage 4,
shamblers, still this house because they're big and they just spit acid spores.
Okay, and stage 5,
bloater, not this house.
Why? What makes the difference? Because would they like explode it or something, or like
they can run through the fence?
Well, now what if you're quiet enough? Like
if you're quiet enough, I think you'd be good at this house the whole time.
Okay.
But as days go on and there's more and more infected.
But now, how long would it take for them to become bloaters again?
5 years.
5 years. So you could probably do good at the house for 5 years.
Definitely.
But do you think in those 5 years you would modify the house enough to where like?
Oh, definitely.
You could take on the bloaters with like even if they knew.
For sure, because you could find enough guns and ammunition, and you guys already have guns, so it's a win.
And then what's stage 6 again? I don't remember.
Bloaters are stage 6.
I thought
shamblers are stage 5.
Okay.
They added a new stage in this.
Now, okay, so let's say they're all bloaters. How long do they last as bloaters, or are they forever bloaters?
Forever bloaters, unless they can mutate into something else.
Okay, so you're telling me the game plan would definitely be a house,
tall fences. Or the mountains. A house, tall fences, in the mountains would be perfect.
Okay, now, can these zombies like swim or anything like that?
I don't.
You
a little bit.
Okay. Now, what if you lived like on a yacht or some kind of boat like that?
That'd
like
be
out
awesome.
in the water?
That'd be pretty cool.
You know what? That would like.
That'd be.
I've watched a little bit of Fear the Walking Dead.
Okay. Oh, how's that? I've never watched that.
You know what? It was pretty good, just for the simple fact that Morgan from The Walking Dead, like
I know,
like that made me so excited. You know, like because he totally came in out of nowhere, and like you kind of get a timeline idea of when Fear the Walking Dead is, and when The Walking Dead is going at the same time as Fear the Walking Dead. You know, you get some clearance of time. You know, but. They were on a yacht, but
they were.
You know, and what I think went wrong, because that would be a game plan for any zombie apocalypse. Quite honestly.
Yeah, definitely.
Just go out to sea, you know, and you would have to come to shore eventually.
Yeah.
To get food and water and stock up.
Definitely.
And like maybe some fuel for the boat, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But what I think went wrong in the Fear the Walking Dead is. It's not that there's any zombies. It was the people on there.
Yeah.
Now, what they did was they had problems with each other, and they started killing each other.
Oh, gosh.
And then that's when they turned into zombies, and then, like, hell broke loose. and that was what was so messed up. And that's what totally messed up their plan.
Yeah, definitely.
You know? But, honestly, if I had access to the boat and the food and water and guns and ammunition, I would... like, just boat. Just boat.
Just boat it out.
Just exactly. Now, so we got Last of Us zombies. Now, Walking Dead zombies is probably my favorite one, just because we've watched seasons beyond seasons.
I've
of the
rewatched the show a couple times.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
And we know, you and I have a pretty good idea of how these zombies work. What would your game plan be?
Are we okay? Either the boat game plan, because that works. That's like foolproof for any apocalypse. Mm-hmm. But honestly, in a tall building, high up.
Really? Okay, so
at least a couple floors up.
And here's the thing. Because we've watched The Walking Dead, we know what works and what doesn't work.
Definitely.
Now, Alexandria worked. Gated community.
Yeah, they had their ups and downs.
Here was the downside, though. It was the people. Okay? That's what totally messed up the whole thing. Now, Negan and the Saviors were, like, totally cool with Rick and his gang. Like, imagine how well they would have done. Trade and everything. Same with, like, was it Hilltop?
Yeah, Hilltop.
I think there was one more. Oceanside.
Hilltop and Oceanside, yeah.
See, all these communities, like, imagine, like, they had it going. If the Saviors didn't, like, rain hell over all these communities.
They could have lived perfectly.
Yeah. But the Saviors came to an end. Like, from a war, basically, in the middle of a zombie apocalypse. But we also get this theme of that
people ruin things.
Yeah, and it drives you insane watching the show, because you're like, get your shit together, man. Like, you're in a zombie apocalypse. You're on the same team here. You're trying to live and not die. You know, like, but, you know, people are different. People are greedy.
Yes.
You know, and there's always the good, there's always the bad, and it didn't clash very well. And that's what ended up basically fucking up everything.
Yeah.
in the show, quite honestly. A lot of lives were lost because of
people.
Good and bad. Of people, yeah, exactly. Now, but that's what makes the show so good.
Yeah, it's what makes the show a good show. Conflict.
Exactly. You always need a conflict, and there's always a resolution. But we're not in English class right now. So we're...
Thank the Lord.
Walking Dead zombies. Now, let's say, like for example, tomorrow, like, the outbreak starts, right? Mm-hmm. And what do?
Again, your house might be the play in this one. I'd get...
Okay, but here's the
problem,
Get your
basic necessities.
Okay, but, like, look, here's the problem. Like, even at the prison, even though you're like, oh, prison would be so smart. But here's the problem.
People.
Like, if the zombies, like, if one walker is what they're called.
Yeah.
If a walker is, like, gets their attention sucked onto you, and if another walker sees it, they're going to come, like, with this other walker that's drawn to something.
And then it's a domino effect.
And exactly. And now, do you think those fences won't be able to, like, hold, like, 100 walkers if they eventually started collecting? Now, how would you take care of that problem? Because in seasons beyond seasons, you saw problems of
with
walkers always hitting the walls and trying to get in.
Well, if we had multiple people here, we could, like... Ooh, why did I sound like that? If we had multiple people here, we could spread them out like they do in the show. Like, get people on multiple fences and, like, just stab them through the fence.
Yeah.
But
you could only do that so long. Now, what if, like, a giant horde comes, you know?
Try to spread them out as best you can, and every, like, fence thing I've seen, they put up supports with the fence, like wood and metal.
But this is like vanilla Walking Dead, like, season 3 type shit, you know? Now, in season 5 or so, when Alexandria was a thing, they would draw, like, all these hordes to the quarry.
Yeah.
Now, because we know how, like, because we learned from this, and we got the knowledge of how they did it, it gives us a good basic understanding of how we would do it.
Yeah, draw them
like,
away.
if it were real. Now, where would you draw them, though? Because there's not a quarry nearby.
Away, because you said it yourself, they're attracted to noise and light, so if you, like, shoot a flare in the opposite direction, and, like
at night, you would probably have to do that. Now, what if you had, like, a firework system? Like, through, like, a neighbor, like throughout the neighborhoods and stuff like that.
Send them
fireworks system to where it would make lots of noise.
Send them in the opposite direction.
Exactly.
Make a whole bunch of noise in the opposite direction.
Yeah. Not like a giant loop around where you stay, like in the neighborhoods and stuff, and you just like set them off. Now, where you get the fireworks, you could probably find fireworks somewhere.
Definitely. When we drive to Cheyenne, there's a fireworks shop right there, and when we come back.
Exactly. Go ransack the fireworks shop to keep zombies away from you. But what do you feel like what if you were to just go like out in the middle of nowhere instead? How would you feel about that?
I'd feel because like you get in a bind and you're in trouble, there's nobody else there to help you.
That's true.
And in the middle of nowhere, you don't know the resources around you or like where to go.
Yeah. Now, what would you do if like it's just life on the run? You know, like you did not have like a home base, a place where you'd stay. You just keep moving and moving and you keep going.
Do I have other people with me?
Let's just say no, you're by yourself.
Okay. If it was life on the run with the Walking Dead zombies, it's pretty easy to clear out like a small little shack. I know a couple like little sheds, or a whole bunch of homes have little sheds in the backyard.
Yeah. I don't think that'd be a safe guarantee though.
Well, life on the run isn't a safe guarantee in itself.
Yeah, you're right about that. Now, Walking Dead zombies, they're not too hard.
No.
I mean, but here's what my thought process was going to next. Now, during this apocalypse, would you like try to find this cure to like get it over with? Or would you just be like, you know what? I accept life the way it is, and we're gonna go with what we got going on here.
If I had a team and a solid like research lab, and somehow I don't know, I don't have this now, but like a whole bunch of like scientific knowledge in my brain hole, then yes, I would try to find a cure. But, like, if it was just me now with, like, a bunch of my friends, I'd accept life as it is. Like, if somebody found a cure, great. I don't know.
Honestly, for me personally, if I had, like, a team that knew what they're doing, worked at the CDC or whatever,
for sure,
you know, and the odds of me finding that,
just slim to none.
I could probably win the lottery more likely than, you know, find a whole team who could beat this, you know, virus and everything. So, I would just live life and accept it.
Yeah.
Quite honestly, like, and you know what? I'll be independent, and I will take care of myself, and I will just. What is that face you're giving?
Safety in numbers in a zombie apocalypse.
But when it comes down to it, like, you know how they say, like, for sports teams, you're as strong as your weakest link, or your weakest player. That's exactly how it's gonna work in an apocalypse. Now, let's say it was you, and like a little kid.
Ooh.
You know how much harder that would be to take care of that kid on top of just yourself, because this kid's gonna be needing more water, more food, and they can't go as far as you can, and they can't run as fast as you can, they can't climb as fast as you can, they can't jump as far as you can. Like, they need to develop, you know?
Yeah. But here's the thing. If this is a real scenario, like this is happening tomorrow, like you said, do we know any kids that we need to take care of?
No, I'm like, this was just an example, that, you know, like,
yeah.
That's why I personally would say independent myself, because I'm only as strong as I can be.
But you know the pride you would feel when you see that little kid grow, and then he's punching zombies harder than you are?
Well, yeah, that's the way to go. Like, Walking Dead zombies, I think I could have a little kid with me. Now, if it were like World War Z zombies, I'm sorry, but
that kid.
But I would never leave a kid, though.
No,
I would never leave a kid. Okay, now, I would stay by myself, but if I ran into a kid, he's coming with me. He's on my team. And
for sure.
We gotta take care of him.
But
and
if
it's gonna be tough.
If I knew a kid who had somebody else, like, that kid's not coming with me.
Like, if you knew they, like, had people that are supposed to be taking care of them?
At least supposed to.
Well, what if you weren't sure? Like, let's say this little kid, you meet him, and he's like,
oh, it's such a messed up question.
I lost my group. Okay, my group has guns, food, and water. And it's a guarantee. But now you have their kid, and, like, what if it's, like, a trap and saying, like, the kid's like, this guy, he kidnapped me or whatever, just to ransack whatever you've got, and that's why they have all these guns and food and water and stuff.
Well,
would you try to help find the group, or be like, you gotta go find your group, man? I'm solo, I'm sorry. Or you just take the kid with you and you live by yourself with the kid.
Honestly, like, again, safety numbers. Like, he takes me to his group and they're great. Cool. Lovely. If he takes me to the group and they want to take me prisoner, ransack all my stuff, cool, lovely. I'm still with them as their prisoner. Okay.
Well, yeah, if you're gonna be a prisoner, what if they're just using you as, like, bait? You know, like, they're gonna use you as bait for, like, zombies and stuff, or be like the number one that goes into the building or whatever, you know.
That sucked, but
yeah,
they give me proper equipment to go in and clear out that building. Cool.
You know what? It makes me think, though. In The Walking Dead, you know who was one of my favorite characters in season 5? Abraham.
Oh, suck my nuts.
Like, that, he was badass.
He was great.
Like, I loved him. And I'm like, he is so reliable to be around. You know, like, I'm like, if I could have an Abraham in the zombie apocalypse, I sure as hell would.
For sure, he's got the best metaphors, similes, and he's a ginger. That's a plus on my side. I don't know.
And for you guys listening, Bradley's a straight up ginger. So, like,
I don't got the red hair, but my dad's a ginger. So
he's got the attributes of a ginger.
Definitely, I got the pale skin and.
Yep. Everything except the hair.
Yeah.
I mean, you got, like, dirty blonde hair.
Yeah.
You know, and everyone else doesn't think you have dirty blonde hair.
If you want to see what I look like, go follow my Instagram and TikTok. Link in the description.
Some more of that self-promotion. But now, to our last part for the zombies. Okay. I Am Legend zombies. Now, they could be compared to the World War Z zombies.
Except they only come out at night.
Yeah, and you know what? I didn't even think about that till you just brought it up. Now, what would your game plan be?
Set up. I don't know. Find a. See, because they're tough. Those zombies are tough and they're terrifying.
My game plan would be exactly what Will Smith did.
Like, fortify his house.
Yep, fortify the shit out of my house.
Bomb
have my
the front
dog.
porch.
Yep, have my dog.
I bet the dog died.
R.I.P. But also have that lab and test and, like, have the, like, just be as smart as he is. You know?
Definitely.
Like, but in his world, there wasn't, like, really any people.
Except there was.
But yeah, there was at the end.
Well, they were there the whole time. You just had no idea about them.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying, until, like, the end.
Yeah.
But here's the good thing about these zombies. They only come out at night, or they're in dark places.
That's the worst thing about these zombies.
No, because think about that. You have free reign in the day. You could go get your food, your water.
But then how are you going to sleep at night knowing those
You have a
things?
fortified house.
Yeah, but did you see what happened in the movie?
Yeah, it's because he was stealing zombies and stuff.
Oh, yeah, because he took his girlfriend.
Now, zombies, they don't have emotions when they're dead.
Those ones do.
Well, these ones do, but if this were a reality, that would not make any sense to me at all.
No.
If zombies had emotion.
No.
Like, because they got angry. And that's an emotion. Angry is
They
an
got
emotion.
angry and hungry.
Yep, and they they ruined his house, dude. Tore it apart.
That was a beautiful house too.
And you know what? Here's what you'd have to be smart with. Is I would have a lab set up somewhere else. Okay, not my house. Okay, because you know how he had his lab like in his basement and all that stuff. I would have a lab somewhere else away from my house. Why? Because then like you're not as afraid of them coming to get you at your house.
Oh,
okay,
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and in your lab, that's when you could kidnap the zombies or whatever and test things, you know, like.
And then they go to the lab, not your house.
Exactly.
Oh, you're smarter. Okay, you're smarter.
It took you a second to kind of pick that up now, huh? But yeah, that would be my total game plan for. Why do I keep? I Am Legend.
There it is.
Yeah, I keep forgetting the title, but.
So Will Smith, one of the best actors.
You know, there was a hoax another day about saying that he died.
Of course it was. I would be so sad.
I would be depressed. Like it would almost hurt as much as like Kobe dying.
Yeah, that.
Quite
sucked.
honestly, that blew the blues, man.
Yeah, definitely.
That's for sure. But that is our zombie apocalypse.
That's our zombie apocalypse
podcast.
game plans.
Now, can we expand more on it? Yeah, but we were just kind of like geeking out a little bit. It was an idea for a podcast, and
we took it and ran with it.
And
I think it turned out good.
Yeah, it's not that bad. I hope you enjoyed. Definitely go check out Bradley's Instagram and TikTok. I'll have that link down below.
Go follow both of us.
Yep.
Not
I'll
just me.
also have my links down below as well. And congrats to me for
10K.
10K on TikTok. I'm pretty happy about that, quite honestly.
Nice.
And if you're from TikTok, because I just recently switched my link on TikTok from my YouTube channel to this channel. So if you're seeing this from TikTok, leave a comment down below saying you're from TikTok. And if you made it
to the end of this, I congratulate you. Thank you for sticking with us.
It was a long ride. We're at like 37 minutes.
Oh wow, really?
You know, a little bit longer than the first episode, but we can do it. Like, we talked about zombies and stuff. I mean,
that was fun. I liked it. If you guys liked it, leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Yeah, just basic YouTube stuff, you know. I don't like to say that too much because then we're, you know, asking for it. We need. Never mind. I'm just. I'm going off a very weird tangent. We'll just forget what I just said there. Definitely, like, if you like it, just like it. Okay, sure. That's all we ask. If you don't like it, dislike it. We don't care. But what we do care about is that subscribe button.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or dislike it.
This is obnoxious. Oh no.
Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and leave it at that. Hope you enjoyed.
Bye bye.